Good evening and a very warm welcome to a new episode of Meet My Gems, an innovative and interactive approach to learning conducted by none other than our respected Dr. Prem Kumar Agarwal sir. So, at first, I will like to give you a small introduction about the creator of the idea behind this entire program, Dr. Prem Kumar Agarwal sir. Sir has pursued his LLB, LLM, and PhD from the University of Burdwan, West Bengal. He is an alumnus of St. Xavier School and College, a former judge under the Judicature of Honorable Calcutta High Court, and the founder faculty of West Bengal National University of Juridical Sciences, Kolkata. He is presently serving as the head of the PG Department of Law section in the Heritage Institution, Hooghly Mohsin College, a 184-year-old temple of learning, alma mater to illustrious alumni like Bankim Chandra Chattopadhyay, who is known as the creator of Vande Mataram, Upendra Brahmachari, inventor of Kalazar vaccine, Justice Syed Amir Ali, and many others. As a strong advocate of human rights and civil liberties, he has also visited Sweden as a cultural ambassador and delivered a series of lectures on culture, polity, and legal system of India under the prestigious group study exchange program of Rotary International. A past district Rotaract representative, Dr. Agarwal, has also addressed various youth conventions in Singapore, London, and Paris, besides many places in India. One of the top rankers of West Bengal Judicial Service examination, the passion for teaching guided him to resign from the judicial service and join the noble profession of making this society a better place by imparting knowledge. In this process, he has also authored a number of books which range from intellectual property rights to limitation law, company law to women empowerment. He is also a visiting faculty for the National Judicial Academy of Honorable Supreme Court, State Judicial Academy of Honorable High Court of Calcutta, State Police Academy, and Administrative Academy. I am sure that people from various fields related to law have benefited from Sir's knowledge of law and other fields of public services. His teachings have inspired and changed the life of numerous students who got to understand the very essence of law and its potential. There's a saying, better than 1,000 days of diligent study is one day with a great teacher, and Sir is that teacher. Now, I would like to call Sir to enlighten us on the objective of arranging this kind of helpful interactive session.
Thank you, Bhaskar, for the generous introduction. Good evening, Orpita.
Good evening, sir.
Good evening, viewers, to yet another episode of Meet My Gems. Today, my gem will be Orpita Ghosh, who is a law officer under the West Bengal Legal Service cadre. She secured rank 5 in WBLS examination 2015. Orpita had been a very scholar minded student. I have seen her very meticulous in writing her reports during her student days. Now she is posted as a law officer in the land department at Burdwan. I'm sure through the insightful questions put by Vaskar, Orpita will open her mind and heart to the aspirants of the West Bengal Legal Service, West Bengal Judicial Service, and other competitive examination. Bhaskar, you may begin now.
Okay, thank you, Sir. Sir, we are delighted to have you on board in this session. With your kind permission, I would like to request Madam Orpita Ghosh to share some of her experience of journey to become a law officer. So, may I
Good
start,
evening,
Madam?
sir. Yes, sure, Bhaskar. Please.
Okay. Ma'am, there are some questions related to preparation for West Bengal Law Officer Service Examination on behalf of PSC Civil Services aspirants.
Yes.
Okay. So, ma'am, at first, I would like to know, right now you are a law officer in the Land and Land Reforms Office, Purbo Bardhaman.
Yes.
So, how does it feel now to hold such a position?
Well, at the beginning itself, I would like to thank Dr. Prem Kumar Agarwal sir for inviting me over here, and thank you, sir, for that I have been able to contribute in this noble journey what you have started. And in the beginning, what you have asked Bhaskar that well, this is a dream come true for me. In the beginning, I would like to say, and presently the post I am holding, it's means it's a dream for me. What I have means what I'm presently holding, and bas this much. Go ahead.
Okay, ma'am. So, ma'am, what inspired you to become a law officer? So, was
Okay.
it some incident or some person? What was it actually?
Actually, before going to law officer, I would like to say that what inspired me to actually become a law graduate, because from my childhood itself, I had a dream to study law. Means as you means most of us know that our parents wants us to become a means doctor or engineer, study science. But from the beginning itself, same for my family also. My parents wanted me to become a doctor, but I was means like I want to study law. So after I completed my legal law graduate, after I became a law graduate, I simply wanted means I wanted to sit for judicial in the beginning. But at that time, I came to know we had that time JLO means I heard about JLO, that is Junior Law Officer, which is actually this cadre service, West Bengal Legal Service. So when I came to know about this, I gave judicial service in the year 2012. At the same time, I was preparing for this West Bengal Legal Service, because this is a huge syllabus what we have in legal service. So I simply studied, and then slowly my friends, I would tell about two of my friends. They means encouraged me. Actually, first I gave in the year 2013, where means though I was in the total I was coming, but ultimately in the rank wise, the number of students they were which were supposed to be selected, I did not come over there. I couldn't qualify. So I did not want to go for the second time. But two of my friends now presently, one is APP and another one is pursuing PhD. So both of them, they inspired me that no, you can just go ahead. And along with it, I would say my senior, she in quote, the three of them, they inspired me, and my parents were always there to support. So in this way, I started my journey means for preparing for the second time WBLS, and then slowly it went on as it is.
Okay, ma'am. Okay, so, ma'am, my next question is, there's a saying that we all have heard that a good teacher explains, but a great teacher inspires. In that context, tell us about the role of your mentor in your journey of becoming a law officer.
Okay, so first of all, I would say I met Prem Kumar Agarwal sir in the year of 2015, when I started means when I came to Hooghly Motion College for pursuing my LLM. That was the first time I met sir, and then later on, my written was at that time more or less done. But I would say that when I qualified for the interview, it was some of the tips given by sir, which in means which helped me to secure this position. Because previous year also, when I gave the legal service, those means interview only went back of mine. So this time sir gave me certain tips, which I'll obviously share with you all later on, which inspired me a lot. And as well as I would say that sir was my guide in the third and fourth semester. We have to give our dissertation as well as a project is there. So sir inspired me at that time also. And it was due to sir that he means inspired that I have a plan in my mind. If in future I'll be pursuing PhD also, though I don't know whether I'll be successful or not, but I have a wish. And that also because sir told me when I was preparing for when I was writing the dissertation, it was sir who told that you can pursue with this in future and go means try for PhD. So let me see what happens. But this is how sir has inspired me. Thank you very much,
Yes,
sir. I
sir.
would like to
Yes,
thank sir.
definitely. Yes, sir. Sir inspires a lot us to all
Yes.
of us.
Hmm.
Yes, he is one of the best motivational speakers to me.
Yeah. Yeah,
Yes.
obviously.
Yes. So, ma'am, my next question to you, please throw some light on the scheme and syllabus of West Bengal Legal Service exam. And when did you start preparing for this exam?
Okay, so first question what you have asked is that
Yes.
syllabus. Uh, if you just look at the thing, it is just 9 papers. Initially, it is 9 papers. But when you sit to study, you will find total 19 law papers are there. Other than that, you have English, Bengali, and general knowledge we have. So first, English is 50 marks, Bengali 50 marks, one paper. Second is general knowledge and current affairs, 50, 50, 100 marks, gone 200. From the third paper starts the law papers. First is the constitutional law, full of constitution is there. No, otherwise you have to study the entire act. Though I'll tell entire means constitution. Then next is the administrative law. There is also means there is no other syllabus that you have to study this portion, this portion. The entire thing is there. Then you have CPC. With CPC, you have the civil rules and orders, criminal rules and orders. CPC, it is mentioned only sections. Okay, it is mentioned only sections, but when you sit to study, sometimes you feel that it is required. We need to see the rules also, orders also. We can't simply go with the sections. It is not possible for us. Next, we have CRPC. With CRPC, we have the famous two things, the High Court original side and the High Court appellate side. Then we have this one, evidence and IPC. Same means evidence and IPC, one paper. In the middle, I missed out one. That is the land law papers are there. Means in one thing, you have the WBLR, means West Bengal Land Reforms Act, West Bengal Estate Acquisition Act, Lands Acquisition Act, Public Premises Act, and Environment Protection Act. This is the entire 5 consists of one paper. And then you have interpretation of statute, General Clauses Act, Bengal Clauses Act, legislative drafting in one paper. And you have ultimately the Indian Penal Code and the Evidence Act. Completes total 9 paper. What initially we have actually 19 law papers. Okay. Now, what was your second question, please?
My second question was, ma'am, when did you start preparing for this exam? When did you start?
Actually means from my college days itself. Means initially I did not want to practice. I was actually practicing when I got this job, but initially I did not want to practice. I always wanted to go for service. So for going for service, it was like that I have to go, means competitive exam. I have to sit for competitive exam. So from college itself, college life itself, I used to study the entire thing, the concept. If once we gathered, understand the concept of it, we can write. Because in competitive exam, the main thing is your own words. You just can't go for notes, or you just can't go for bookish knowledge. It is written in the top itself of every question paper. Write in your own words. So when you have to write in your own words, it is essential that you understand the concept. Your concept is very much essential to understand. That is why from college life itself, I used each and every subject, whichever I studied, I just means concept wise, I just conceptualized them and I studied. Then initially in the year 2011, I passed my BA LLB. So after passing that, from that time itself, means those common papers which was common for judicial as well as legal service, I started studying them. CPC, CRPC, evidence, IPC, those were constitution. Those were the subjects I started preparing, because in one day or in 1 month, we can't study the entire thing, the entire syllabus we can't complete. So initially I started studying. Then when this legal service came, as I already gave in 2013, so I was a bit prepared. I was more or less prepared. So in 14, again, the notification came out, and in 2015, I sat for the exam. In this way, it just went on.
Okay, so that means, ma'am, you had already started from your college days.
Yes, because those things, those subjects are more or less common in the competitive exam also. And suddenly it means it was actually, I'm not that good that okay, suddenly I'll sit to study and I'll study, not like that. So you have to study until and unless I understand, it is not possible. So college days, when I was in I completed my BLLB from Surendranath Law College. So there itself, different sorts of books, and I used to prepare my own notes. So whenever I used to prepare those notes, in my own words, I used to write them. Just it helps you in practicing also, because in college also we have to write long answers. It helped in college also, and initially it helped me in this also, competitive exam also. So it's just in this way only it went on.
Yes, I completely agree with you, ma'am. Okay, So, ma'am, my next question, what was the strategy of your way to crack the exam?
Now, strategy wise, I would say that this legal service, it's a means hectic exam schedule we have. You know very well. Five
Yes, ma'am.
consecutive days we have to sit from, in our time it was 9:30 to 9:30 in the morning till 5 in the evening. So it was a long time. If I We can't wait for the last day to study, and we don't get a single day holiday in the middle. So every day exam. It was not possible to study beforehand, just before the exam, so I had to study from beforehand. My strategy was, too much time if we go on studying for too long, that will become monotonous for us. So what I used to do, I used to choose the common subjects, like I am telling, but I felt so CPC, the sections when we are studying with CPC, we have some similarity with the original side, High Court original side. Certain points like caveat, plaints, and all those portions, they are similar. So I used to keep two books side by side. Once I'm studying this one, once I'm studying this one. What is happening? I'm getting a difference of these two, as well as I'm getting to study both of them. The common chapters I used to choose first, and I used to study them. This was one thing. In the similar way, when I used to study the CRO and CRRO, civil rules and criminal rules, see, with the first portions, both means the sitting of the judges, the holidays, the court hours, they are similar. So study in this way. So always I studied by differentiating, like in Constitution, when you are studying the Prime Minister, powers of Prime Minister, you are studying powers of Chief Minister. More or less, I won't say totally, but more or less it is same. So when it is same, keep two side by side and study. I am studying means time. I am less time, but you can know two means you can cover two things at a time. So in this way, I used to go cover up, because I was practicing at that time and I took no holiday. So my only time was at night time. After I returned from home, means it was my choice that I won't go. Means I will go to court. That was my strategy. Means point. So at night I used to study. So with it, that in that few hours, I used to study it in this way. And to be very frank, I never went for notes. Means I only prepared them, but I never studied those notes. I studied the books. I simply went on studying the books as much time as I could, as well as means just concept wise, to make it clear, means so that my concept is clear. I used to see them, means those concepts, and but like IPC, when I studied for IPC, I never means those bare acts, not like that. Means the essential features, to remember one thing, the definition, the essential features of the definition. In this way, I used to remember them. So this was the way I just studied for cracking this exam.
Okay, so ma'am, my next question is connected to your previous answer. So my next question is, please guide us with the books and study materials that has helped you to achieve this success. You have already said about the strategy, and
Yes.
you have already said about how did you study, but
Hmm.
just tell us what were the study materials and the books that has already helped you.
Okay. Books, I would say any means in BA LLB level, whatever books we have studied, whatever you have followed, whatever anyone who has followed, that is that book only you follow. But you don't stick to one book, two or three books, or two books. One book you have, take one reference book. We have no net. From net, take certain materials. Means I did it in this way. Take some materials, write in your own words. This is the main thing. I always means I followed this. Write in your own words. It has been always means these words have been told to me by Prem Agarwal sir when I was studying LLM. Sir told us, means each and every one of us, the day you can write one single sentence in 10 different ways, that day think that you have done something. Means you have to write in this way. Write in your own words. First, try to learn to write in your own words. Don't copy the bookish words. Even the acts, when we are going with the acts, but if we write what is written in that, that is nothing that explain that acts portion. So in this way, whatever books I studied, means for those general knowledge and all, I have just simply studied from the net. Google, I have searched in Google. I have searched Google and I have done it. And the others, normal college book, what I had, I simply followed them, and I did it. And only I would say for CPC, CRPC evidence, I had Sarkar's book. Means Sarkar, there is that practitioner's edition. Those books I had, and interpretation of statute I had VT Singh, that is, and Ratanlal Dhirajlal for IPC I had, and ad law I had Upadhyay's book, and simply others, those Malik's book I had for WBLR Act, and WBEA and others I had those Barrett's, and rest I took from the net. This way.
Thank you, ma'am. Thanks a lot.
Okay,
Okay.
welcome.
So, ma'am, next question is, we want to know about how much time one needs to devote to prepare such exam. And do you think that a daily routine is needed for the same to crack this examination?
Now I would means it depends on people. Okay, it depends on individual people, individual, how much the time they need. For me, I would say, I, as I told you previously, I used to go to court, I returned home, and from 7 to 7:30 in the after evening, I used to sit for to study. I studied till I generally, from my school days itself, I used to study late at night. So 2, 3, 4 in the morning I studied. That means that was the way I felt. Night is the best time to study, because every means our surrounding is very quiet. So easily we can concentrate in our study. This is what I thought. It may differ with others. So it is not necessary that you have to means study 8 hours only, 10 hours only, nothing of that sort. How much time you study that seriously. That is what is required. Study it seriously. Understand what you are studying. Simply mugging up won't do. Whatever you study, understand it, that yes, you study one chapter, but understand what you have studied. That once you understand, you can write it in anything in your own words. That is what I feel, that is what I have done, and that is what my suggestion will be for everyone.
That means, ma'am, the concentration is the most important thing.
Yes,
When you are
obviously, you
able
have
to
to concentrate.
concentrate, yes. Yes. Okay. Now, ma'am, can you please throw some light on the current affairs and the language papers?
Okay, language papers, English I'm starting. English and Bengali. As my second language was Bengali, so English 50 marks, Bengali 50 marks. In English, you have first is essay. Essay, you have 5 essays are given, one you have to write, any one. The second is, they give you certain lines, you have to amplify it. A sentence is given, you have to amplify it. Those proverbs sort of things. Either those you can attempt, or you can attempt like diary writing is there. One certain incident is given and they say you write a diary on it, or dialogue, or certain incident is given, write a dialogue on this. That can means it consists, the second question is either of, means 5 are given, attempt any one. Or another thing comes, 4 to 5 people's names, persons names are given, means famous personalities, you have to write certain lines about them. 5 2.5, I think each mark, means each personality you have to write 2.5 marks is 5 personalities names are given. The second column consists of this, any one you have to answer. The third is précis writing, you have to attempt that. English called Bengali first is essay. Bengali same is for Hindi also. The Hindi, Nepali, whatever language, second language they have, that you have first is the essay, second is translation. English it's given, you have to translate in your mother language, whatever. I had Bengali, so Bengali. And the third thing is this one, grammar you have either or, they give whatever grammar is required, means normal class 10 12 level, class 12 you can go for class 12 Bengali grammar book. If you study, that is more than enough. Now I come to GK and this one, current affairs. GK, that first portion, 50 marks, 10 questions they give. You have to answer any 5. From each question, like number one, they have 5 subparts. Each carries 1 mark, means 5, 5, 5, 5, it will go on. It can be either like names, means authors' names are given, which books, what book they wrote, or some dates are given, what incident happened on that day, maybe matching, or you have to write on your words. Abbreviations are given, you have to give the full form of it. Or history, the science, anywhere, from anywhere it can come. But a very common thing which comes is authors' names, means books, what they wrote, abbreviations, history means famous dates, the very famous those dates, those comes, personalities, what they have done, those comes. You can get them easily from net. If you search in net famous authors and their books, you will get, means I have done it in that way. So you will get from net, download it, study it. This is what I followed. Similar way for abbreviations, you will get, means the entire abbreviation what you will get in exam, that comes from that what you get in net. So this GK part or current affairs, whatever you I have followed from net. Now, for the current affairs, what I have done is last 6 or 8 months, whatever happened, last 6 or 8 months, whatever current affairs, each carries 12.5 marks. So you have to write at least 2 pages. You have to, means I'm telling that too much, 2 pages, 1.5 page, whatever you write to the point. Don't go on elaborating it. Write to the point. That is enough. So it comes like some famous incidents, like some summits, if it happens, some meets, some conferences, those things generally comes. Yeah, some bill has been passed. These are the common things which comes in the current affairs portion.
Okay, so thank you, ma'am. And now tell me, have you ever prepared any notes? That means how to prepare original notes or how often one needs to practice answer writing. So please tell us about it.
Notes, it is generally, I have not practiced in that way notes. What I used to do means in college life, I did it. Obviously, I used to study from 2 to 3 books, and then suppose I saw one question, I went on writing. I just wrote it on my own words. That it is. But when it came to this sitting for, means for this competitive exam, I simply studied the books. Means obviously, I have referred 2 to 3 books as well as net. I have just seen, means just means read it, understood it, and final note writing might came in the answer sheet what I wrote in the competitive exam. I never prepared any notes, but I would suggest that if anyone is comfortable with writing notes previous, means first, and then means studying that note, they can obviously do it. That is a very good habit, though I never followed that habit, but that is a very good habit, because I've seen many of my friends, colleagues, they have done it in that way, that preparing the notes on their own and then following that. This is a good thing to do.
That means, ma'am, you have studied from various books and you have directly
Yes.
written in the exam.
Yes.
Okay,
And
great.
nothing of that sort, that practicing time limit. I have just said the time is time is a very constrained thing in this exam, because we have to write more, questions are more, time is less. In that way, what I just calculated, means everyone should calculate that how much, even if you practice that, okay, in half an hour I have to write this much. When it comes to that examination hall, it is not possible for you to keep that time limit. It is not possible for anyone. So just we have to calculate it in our mind. Everything over there is mind work. You have to calculate it in our minds and then do it.
Okay. So, ma'am, you have already said about CRO, CRRO, High Court, original side rules, appellate side rules. So, ma'am, please tell us, how did you prepare for CRO, CRRO, High Court, original side rules, appellate side rules? How did you prepare?
First, I would say that CRRO and CRO, 2 books. I already bought it. 2 books I bought. I can't remember the author's name at this moment. You can get it. Any book means you can get. For this High Court original side and appellate side, means one of my friend, I took those books and I simply Xerox them. Fat books, but I Xerox them, because I didn't feel like that. I'll never need them. So I simply Xerox them, and what the way I started is, also I would suggest that if you go see the question paper, you will understand that there means for CRRO and CRO, at least we have a syllabus that this portions you have to study. But for High Court appellate side and original side, there is no syllabus. The entire book is there. It is not possible for any person to study the entire book. What I did, I studied the first 5 chapters. First 5 chapters, if you study properly, you will at least get 2 questions common each from High Court original side, High Court appellate side. That is enough for you. First 5 chapters, and you will find the High Court original side, it has a lot of similarity with our CPC. Whatever you are studying in CPC, those caveat, commission, and all those portions, study it in original side. That is easier, I felt, because I used to practice civil, so I already had the knowledge of civil. CPC I was studying, so I went for the original side. Anyone who is studying, who is practicing criminal, or who feels that appellate side is more comfortable for them, they can go for it. One book, study properly. The first portion of 2 books you study. Appellate side, original side, first 5 chapters, study it. That is enough for you. In the middle, you can leave it. Not required. First 5 chapters, if you study from the 2 books, it is enough. 2 to 4 questions you will get common. And for civil rules and criminal rules, the first, same thing. The first few chapters, if you study, again you will get common. Once, I would suggest everyone that before you all sit for the exam, before you all start studying, see the questions once. The question pattern will tell a lot of things. Each and every question paper tells you something, that from which portion they give you rather. If you see the question paper, first thing, read the question paper, see how the question comes. You will often see that question comes in this way, like in those land subjects, definition. One full question, 15 marks or 20 marks comes on definition. Each book study the definition. From each book, study the definition and keep. 20 marks you are common. You will be getting common, 100% sure. In this way, similar way, I would suggest that each and every book, first few chapters, if you study, you are going to get at least 1 to 2 question common.
It's truly informative, ma'am.
Thank you.
Okay. So, ma'am, you have already said about CRRO and CRO, how to prepare. And now, please tell us, how did you prepare for interpretations and legislative drafting?
Okay, interpretation of statute. For interpretation of statute, what I did is that I followed VP Singh's book, and in that interpretation of statute, the 3 rules we have, study the 3 rules. 1 question you will get common. 20 marks is secured in that way. 1 rule, it will come. Next, the maxims. If you study all the maxims, another question is bound, means you sure you will get common. Either 20 marks, 15 marks, whatever they give, the way they give, you will get common. And then from the after the rules, like certain portions are there, in the middle you will get 2 or 3 chapters, study them. That is enough. Means you are not required to study the entire thing, but whatever portion you are studying, study it very nicely. And remember one thing, in competitive exam, no questions are repeated generally. Generally, questions are not repeated. Similar question won't come, but maybe what you have to write, the answer may be similar, but the question may be different. It often happens that 2 or 3, like last year, it can maybe it is like you have to write section 5. Say about one evidence at section 5 you have to write. Take for example, next year the question comes section 5 and section 6 you have to write. So never just don't go like this way that okay, last year this question came, so this year this question might not come. Don't go for it. Don't go in this way. Study the entire thing. Whatever thing you are studying, study it on the whole. You study it on the whole, that doesn't mean the entire book you have to study. Study the entire chapter. That is enough. If you study the entire chapter, that is enough for you, whatever you study, because the syllabus is huge. If you study that, seeing the syllabus, many people get afraid. Even I got afraid. So, go in a selective way, but before going in a selective way, read the question paper and see what questions, what is the pattern, because you are the best person to understand what pattern it is. I can't say, no one can see. You have to understand it yourself.
Ma'am, very well said that the answers are the same, but the questions are not the same.
Yes, it is very tricky. This is a pressure test. Prem Agarwal sir only told us that this examination, what you are giving, it is a pressure test. They are testing your pressure. So you have to handle that pressure. Now handling that pressure is in your hand. That is what sir told us. Means later on, after I gave the written exam, then I met sir. But sir was one day sir was talking, and that time sir told us in the class itself that this any competitive exam is a pressure test for you all. So you have to handle that pressure, be it judicial, be it legal service.
Yes, ma'am, definitely. Okay, so ma'am, my next question is, what should an aspirant be doing in the time between the two main papers on the exam day?
We get in our time we had 1 hour 30 minutes gap. That was the gap. So simply I would say sit, relax. Means what I did: sit, relax, have your food, fill your tummy, sit down, close your eyes, and simply relax. That because the previous paper, and don't think about the previous papers. Don't think that okay, I made a mistake, this happened, that happened. Never come out. And this is a very tricky means thing which I followed. Just coming out of the exam hall, when you have the next exam, never sit and chat with your friends that what was this question's answer, what was this question's answer. If you go for it, and if you find that you have made a mistake, you will start thinking about your mistake, and your next exam will be hampered. Never do it. You come out of the exam, that is gone. You can't think about it. Go, let it go. Whatever it will happen. Think about the next one. Sit down in a cool place where no one is there, so that you can't hear anyone. Because if you hear anyone, at least if anything happens, put a microphone, let a song play, have your food. If you feel like okay, I need to see something, just turn the pages. You need to see something, or you feel that okay, I'm forgetting this one, just see it. Or otherwise close your eyes and think of the subject that is coming, that okay, what I have to do in this subject, what were each of the chapters. Each chapter, just close your eyes and think that yes, each chapter, what is the name of this chapter, okay, what is it, if it consists of any section, so what is in this section. Like this way, just think. Never try to read, and never go just before the exam day also, never read anything new chapter. Whatever you have studied, because we have a hectic schedule, never study anything new just before the exam day. Study whatever you have studied, just revise it, and on the day of the exam, that 1.5 hours, never talk with anyone. Don't talk with anyone, because the moment you talk, you forget everything. Just concentrate. This is the main thing.
Great, ma'am, great. So, ma'am, coming to some other topics, right now, please tell us, how did you balance social life while you were preparing for examination like law officer?
Okay, balancing social life, as I have already said, that it means though I was preparing, but as I was practicing in court, so means practical. One thing I must say, I should have told beforehand that in this exam, certain practical question also comes. So practical knowledge is also required. Means practical knowledge, I mean, when what is happening in the court, because many questions it came, so which were related to practical field. So I went to court also. That portion, going here and there, whatever function I attended, wherever I was supposed to go, I went. That time I forgot about my exam. When I remembered that yes, I have an exam, when I returned home, I sat down. Whatever time I got at night, that night time I had utilized it. Even if it is at night 12 o'clock, I studied for 2 to 3 hours. Then I went off to sleep. That night time I always miss. After 10 or after 11, you won't go out anywhere. You will be staying at home. Utilize that night time. This is what I believed, and this is what I did. Suppose anyone can happen that they might feel that can't study at night, so leave it, study in the morning, get up in the morning at 4 o'clock. Often it happened with me that I'm very tired. I became very tired. I couldn't study at night. I slept by 10. I went somewhere. I returned home. I slept by 10. Got up in the morning at 4 or 5. Studied in the morning for 2 to 3 hours. That is 2 to 3 hours. Concentrate and study, more than enough for me. I felt that it is enough.
That means, ma'am, you have completely balanced the social life.
Yes, obviously. You have to, otherwise life will become very monotonous.
Exactly, ma'am. Okay. So, ma'am, while you were preparing, did you have any alternative career plan or plan B?
Actually, it was like in the year 2012, I gave judicial. So when I was unable to crack it, at the same time, this legal service also came, notification came. I gave legal service also. In my this tenure, only 4 exam. I gave only 4 competitive exam, and in the 3 I couldn't crack. This was the 4th one I cracked. So that time when I was studying after 2015, means as I was practicing in court. So my plan was that let me continue in court, and then after I met PA sir, sir told me that after LLM go for PhD. So my second plan was I'll be continuing my career in court as well as going for PhD, because I pursued my LLM while I was practicing in court. So that was my second plan, was that PhD as well as go for this one, practice in court. This was my second plan.
Okay. So, ma'am, there is a quote unquote that, ma'am, failure is not the opposite of success, but it's part of success. So,
Yes.
ma'am, there are few questions relating to this statement. So, ma'am, first of all, what was the thing that motivated you when felt low?
Now, at this time, I would say that means when my judicial results came out, I felt very low at that time. But at that time also, means this legal service, means both together I gave the exam. Legal service also came. Legal service when I gave, that was, means though I couldn't crack, but there was a good thing, was that means in the total I qualified. But at that year there was a problem, that in total, even if you qualify, that is nothing. You have to qualify in written as well as in oral. So I couldn't qualify in that viva portion. Though I was sad, but at the same time I had a positive vibe in me that okay, in total I could clear, but somehow I failed in that viva portion. Leave it. And at that time, I feel, means my parents, especially my parents and my senior, I can never forget her. They inspired me that go for the exam, means for the second time go for legal service. So I went for legal service, and then my two friends in LLM whom I met, O3D and Rohini, these two people, they inspired me, they motivated me, means that you can go ahead. And my special thanks to my senior also. Means they said that you can do it, and they motivated me. And ultimately, when it came to this Viva portion, obviously PA sir, he guided me, he told me many things, he gave me a lot of tips which helped a lot. So with everyone's blessings, I would say that I could. So these are the reasons which inspired me. And whenever I felt low, these people, they have always helped me a lot.
Okay, great, ma'am. So that means, ma'am, you have cleared your exam. You have not cleared your examination for the first attempt,
Yes,
right?
obviously.
Okay.
Yes,
So you have cleared it
in the second
in the
attempt.
second time. Good,
Yes.
great, ma'am, great. So, ma'am, my next question is, it is relating to interview. Okay. So,
Yes.
ma'am, how do we overcome the fear of speaking in an interview and the nervousness of facing an interview of this stature, and how one has to prepare for the interview? Please tell us.
Achha. These tips, as I told you in the beginning itself, PSR gave me certain tips. So these were the tips given by Sir, what I am sharing now. Sir told in the beginning itself that they are the interviewers who are sitting there, they are not testing your knowledge in law, that you have written and come. They know that you have knowledge about law. They are testing your nerves, because the exam you are going to give, means you are the service you are going for, it is a very, means strenuous, what you can say is, it's a very stressful job, means stressful in the sense a lot of pressure is there over there. So to how you handle the pressure, they are going to test that thing. You have to handle it. But never say, whenever they ask you any question, never say I don't know. The moment you say I don't know, this is like you don't know the, obviously we won't know everything, but you can't say at the moment, at that point, that I don't know. See, I can't recollect at this moment. This is the first thing. Never be nervous, like biting your nails, huh? Like doing hands like this way. Never do all this, or never show that tension on your face. Even when a question is asked to you, you couldn't answer, you said I can't recollect. That doesn't mean you will become
become tense and you will say whatever you feel like. Nothing of that sort. And there is nothing as mandatory that you have to say in English only, you have to say in Bengali only, you have to say in Hindi only, nothing. Whichever language you are comfortable, go for it. Whatever way you can say and whatever answer you say it confidently. Say it in such a way that the person in front of you never, means even if you are wrong, say it confidently. Maybe you don't know. It can happen that the person who is asking, they obviously know the answer, but at that moment they might be confused that okay, she's telling this, can be this, means like this, but never, means I would say never say anything in a very tensed way. Say it boldly, and knowing it, never say anything wrong. Like never try to be bluffing them like okay, this one, let me tell something, I have to answer, so let me answer a wrong thing. Never say anything wrong, means wrong means which you know it is wrong. Never say like this way. Say whatever answer you know, tell that you don't know, tell I can recollect at this moment. This is enough. And I would say one thing, that when I faced the interview, my interview was for 45 minutes. While my friends, whoever, not friends, the people who were interviewed before me, 10 minutes, 15 minutes, they were asked the question. So that was a very tense moment, that 45 minutes they were going on asking the question. And another thing, they are going to ask you in the beginning itself that if you say personal introduction, when we are asked that first personal introduction, if you are practicing it, often happens that they will ask that civil or criminal. If you say civil, there is a chance they will be asking for criminal, from criminal. If you say criminal, they will ask from civil, if your luck is bad. And if your luck is very good, if you say civil, they will start from civil. If you say criminal, they will ask from criminal. So these are the things, depends on your luck. And another thing they ask sometimes, I was asked this general knowledge, 2 or 3 general knowledge questions they ask. It is mandatory. And if for the second language Bengali, those who are second language Bengali, I was asked only one translation. While others, those second language is Hindi, they were given either to write, means a dictation was given from Bengali, or some were even given a newspaper or a book, Bengali book, to read it out. So it depends on them. But one Bengali question is obviously there.
Ma'am, I was just going to ask you about your overall experience of interview, but you have already said everything,
Yes.
and I got all the answers. Thanks a lot, ma'am.
Okay, ma'am.
Thanks a lot. Okay, so ma'am, next question is, suppose you get a chance to travel back to your interview session again with the help of a time machine. What would you want to do differently in your interview, or not want to do at all?
Okay, I would share one experience that
Yes,
when
ma'am.
I was asked one question. I still remember that I was asked that when I said that I practice civil, so they asked me that under which act this declaratory suits are filed. The question was, under which act declaratory suits were filed. I very confidently told them CPC. Very confidently. Now they asked me for the second time, are you sure? I said yes, order 32 is CPC. Means they said okay, CPC, okay. Means they were also never, no, didn't tell me anything. I came out, I called up my senior that why were they asking me 2 to 3 times, they asked me. So my senior said, what was your answer? I said CPC. So she said that is not CPC, specific relief act section 34. And she kept the phone. Then later on, I went home and I searched. I said that next day when I went and talked with my senior, I told that obviously declaratory suits, we get declaration as to death, as to marriage, that is there in 32. So I'm not means if technically I'm not wrong. So if I get a chance, so I'll go and clear that mistake what I made, because later on I was feeling very ashamed that I went there confidently, I told a wrong answer and I came and I was continuously telling them it is CPC, it is CPC, I was going. So this is something I would like to change over there. And certain questions, I was tensed. For 45 minutes they were going on asking me question. At the end, I became very tensed and I was just going on telling I can recollect at this moment. I can recollect. Means 4 to 5 questions. I simply said I can recollect. So those questions I would love to answer, because knowing those answers intention, I simply told I can recollect. So these are the things I would like to change.
Yeah, ma'am, definitely. Yeah, within means if someone asks question for 45 minutes, we would
Yes,
definitely become
very
nervous.
tense.
Yes,
Yes,
ma'am.
very nervous.
Okay, thank you, ma'am. And what was your experience when you first joined the service?
First, actually, when I got appointment on the very day, means I had to go to writers. I was given the appointment letter and I was told go and join DLRS. DLRS is the Directorate of Land Records and Survey. So I had to go and join Alipur. It's in Alipur with two or three colleagues of mine. I joined in the afternoon, means till 5:30 I had to wait over there. I just joined there. The very next day when I went, it was a very special feeling because from that day I was like an officer. Till that day, yes, I was a court officer. Advocate is a court officer, but that day an officer. So the 7 days I spent in Alipur, and then we were given our fast posting. Mine was in Purva Bardhaman DLRO. When I went the very first day and I was introduced to everyone, and then I was told to go there, and the biggest thing was that I was the first law officer in land reform, means DLRO Purva Bardhaman. Before that, there was no law officer in DLRO Purva Bardhaman, so I was the first one. I really felt very excited. I was given the room after 2 to 3 days because they were, means my transfer order was sent there. The very next day I joined because we were not actually in DLRS we were just there for 5 to 7 days. So the DLRS additional director told us that very next you all can join if you all can. So I simply went and joined. So they were not even prepared that a law officer is coming. So I got my personal room after 2 to 3 days, and it was really a special feeling that everyone is coming and telling you, madam, and they are coming and introducing themselves. I'm introducing themselves, and law officer of first one. What was my work to do? Means very nice. I really felt very happy. Yes, obviously there were certain ups and downs. Being the first one over there means what I have to do there, I did not know. We did not have any proper training at that time. So when the work came, it was very difficult. It took time, but then later on, and the people over there, they are very cooperative. And then slowly, with the passage of time, I managed. They also became very easy with me, felt very easy with me. And slowly, now I'm very happy because this is only my first posting where I'm presently posted. So, and the people of law cell, we have a cell over there, law background. Means I am only law background over there, but others are also there. They're totally one law cell. So they are very good, and I'm just enjoying my days over here presently. Yeah. From the
Yes,
first
ma'am.
day, there were certain things, but now very happy over there.
Yes, obviously, ma'am. It's really means prestigious job to us, really. Yes. Okay. So, ma'am, would you like to say something regarding your college days? So, do you feel that it provided some foundation for you, who you are today?
Obviously, college days, I would say that in college, my be it during the LLB, BLLB, or in the LLM days, all the professors who were present there in Surendranath Law College as well as in Motion College, they have been very helpful. Whenever I needed any help, whenever I needed, even after classes, if I had any problem, the moment I went, I asked them, they were always there to help me. And then when I came for LLM, if each and every sir, even just by a phone call, that sir, I can't understand this. Especially it happened just before the exam. Often it happened that couldn't understand anything. One phone call, sir, any sir was always there to help, and PA sir was obviously there, and he was my guide into, as I told you, in 2 semesters. So sir always guided me, and I learned many things from sir when sir was my guide. Actually, but at that time, sir told me very small things about this writing notes and all these things. Sir told me, and I'm very thankful to sir as well as not only PA sir, all the sir professor of Surendranath Law College as well as LLM who helped me to reach where I am today. Thanks to everyone.
Okay, ma'am. We are also really thankful to Sir Prem Sir.
Obviously.
Okay, so now to lighten up the mood, I'm going to do a quick rapid fire question round, ma'am. So are you ready?
Yes, obviously.
Okay. So judiciary or law officer?
Obviously, presently law officer.
Okay. Smart work or hard work?
Both are required. You just can't
Okay.
say one, two only.
Okay. Books or handwritten notes?
Books. I always go for books as well as handwritten notes, your own notes. If you prepare your own notes, that is
Okay. Physical classes or online classes?
physical classes.
Okay. Seminars or webinars?
Both. You
Okay.
place from where you gather knowledge, that is enough. Knowledge gathering is important.
Okay. School or college?
This one is a tough question for me. Both school as well as college. Both places you have enough friends, enough knowledge you gather.
Yes. Age-old customs or modern trends?
Both are required. Age-old customs are required in certain cases. In certain cases, modern customs are required. So both.
I know the next answer, but still I'm asking. Service or business?
Service, obviously.
Okay. Ma'am, Western education or Indian education?
Both education is required. Indian education is also required, along with a certain Western portion is also required. So I feel both.
Okay, great, ma'am. It
Thank
was an
you.
amazing interview. So, my
Thank you.
concluding question to you will be, is there anything you didn't like about the PSC service exam? Or what changes would you like to see in the exam from an aspirant's point of view?
Okay. See, the first thing what means I won't say did not like, but the thing which I felt is that the hectic exam schedule, everyday exam from morning 9:30 till evening 5, it is very hectic. Means I personally felt it. I saw many people. This is one thing which happens with all is that they can't complete. They start the exam, but the aspirants they can't end it because it becomes very tiresome for everyone. So if there is 1 day gap, that is enough in between the exam. That is enough. Means that will be very nice. And other than that, I don't feel anything else. This is something I faced. So this problem. So I simply want this. If
Yeah,
it
the routine
happens,
is really hectic, ma'am.
yes,
Yeah,
because we have so many subjects. That is the reason.
exactly. So thank you so much, Arpita ma'am, for diving into such detailed discussions and sharing such valuable insights. I'm sure this will be a boon for all the aspirants of law officer. Now, I want to thank our respected and beloved Prem sir on behalf of all the PSC service aspirants. Sir, I
And
can't
I would
thank
like
you
to.
enough. Yes. Sir, I can't thank you enough for giving such an opportunity to interact with a gem like Arpita Ghosh ma'am. I share this privilege with all the aspirants of PSC service examination, and I want to thank you again from the bottom of my heart for helping in every possible way by teaching, guiding, and mentoring many students like us. I would like to invite your comments on today's interaction, sir.
Thank you, Bhaskar. Thank you, Arpita.
Thank
It
you very much, sir.
it was
Thank you very much,
really
sir.
a joy to listen to the conversation between Bhaskar and Arpita. Arpita, an LLM from Hooghly Mohsin College, now a law officer, spoke and bared her heart and mind out for the benefit of the aspirants of the West Bengal Legal Service and the other competitive examinations. Thank you, Arpita. Thank you so much. I am sure that your suggestions, your advices will be helpful for the aspirants. Bhaskar, thank you for your insightful questions. Now you may end the program with a vote of thanks.
Sir, I would like to say one thing. Thank you
Yes,
very much,
yes,
sir.
yes.
Thank you very much, sir, that you have invited me today. And sir, this is a very nice thing that I have been able. Means I'm feeling very happy that I have been able to come here, and at least if my views or if my words are of any help to the aspirants, it will be very helpful for the others as well as. Means I'm feeling very happy.
Yes,
Means what?
Arpita, definitely.
So,
Definitely.
thank
Your
you.
suggestions, your advices will definitely help the aspirants. And
Thank
we
you, sir.
are extremely thankful to you for sharing your time and rather investing your time for the posterity, for the next generation. Thank you
Thank you,
so
sir.
much.
And
May
thank
God
you,
bless you
Bhaskar.
and you prosper in life.
Thank
Thank
you
you.
so much, sir. And
Thank
thank
you.
you, Bhaskar, for hosting it so nicely.
Thank you. Thank you. আরে তোমার মিউট আছে
Mute আছে.
Thank you, sir. Thank you, Arpita ma'am. It was really a nice and memorable interview round, obviously, and I am so grateful that I have taken your interview.
Right. My pleasure.
Thank you, sir. Thank you, Arpita ma'am. And thanks to all the viewers for watching this interview. Do like, share, and subscribe to our YouTube channel. And press the bell icon, obviously. Thank you.